Ready to relax in your dream bath retreat without the stress of figuring out every detail yourself? At the Home Depot, your bath upgrade is covered. Shop fully designed rooms and curated bath collections to go from inspiration to transformation fast. Savings of up to 40% will make it easier on your budget. And find everything you need, from tubs to toilets and all the tile in between, to bring your vision to life. The Home Depot. Dream baths built here.
So good, so good, so good.
New spring arrivals are at Nordstrom Rack stores now. Get ready to save big with up to 60% off Rag & Bone, Marc Jacobs, Free People, and more.
How did I not know Rack has Adidas?
Because there's always something new.
Join the Nordy Club to unlock exclusive discounts, shop new arrivals first, and more. Plus, buy online and pick up at your favorite Rack store for free. Great brands, great prices. That's why you Rack.
This is Optimal Living Daily, how to do a weekly review to boost productivity by Mia of SheDreamsAllDay.com. And I'm your narrator, Justin Malik, reading articles to you every day of the year with a little commentary at the end to give us both a little push in the right direction. So without further ado, let's get that push as we optimize your life. How to do a weekly review to boost productivity by Mia of SheDreamsAllDay.com. If there's one thing I don't miss every week, it's doing my weekly review. This is when I carve out an hour of my day to review the ups, downs, the small wins, and challenges I meet along the way to reaching my goals. I highly recommend that you get into the habit of doing a weekly review ASAP. I can guarantee that it will boost your productivity for the week ahead. Reflect on and evaluate how you're currently spending your time. By getting intentional and reviewing the past week, you'll save yourself so much time. From now, take charge of your Sundays so you can make your next week the best week ever. Why do a weekly review? There are so many perks to sitting down and reflecting on how you spent your time in the last 7 days. Just a heads up, doing a proper weekly review is going to make every Sunday feel like January 1st, full of possibilities. In other words, you'll get 52 opportunities to start fresh. I can't think of anything better than that. Your weekly review gives your mind and life a reset. It builds momentum for what's coming, boosts awareness, and is an amazing tool for up-leveling your productivity game. You're building the space you need to notice the patterns that aren't currently serving you so you can make the change. Every time you do your weekly review, you're essentially hitting the reset button on your life. This new habit is going to help you stay on track with your goals too. You'll hold yourself accountable by making time to check in with yourself and goals. Are you on track? Do you need to make some sort of change? Is what you're doing working? Doing a weekly review will give you clarity and an objective view of your past week so you can set the right intention for next week and clean out any mental trash and thoughts that aren't serving you or your dreams. Convinced to hop on the weekly review train? Let's do this. When to do a weekly review? I suggest you sit down and do your weekly review whenever it works for your schedule, preferably Sunday or Monday. I personally love to do my weekly review every Sunday afternoon. By doing it on a Sunday, you won't have to deal with the stress of your 9 to 5 or other obligations, and you'll most likely have an hour to yourself, hopefully. Set aside time to do the review and schedule it on your calendar. Aim to make your weekly review a habit and be consistent with it. Set aside 1 full hour for the first few reviews that you do. It's probably going to take some time to get into the process and get the hang of your new awesome habit. Step 1, journal it out. The first thing I do as part of my weekly review is to journal freely for about 15 to 20 minutes on a blank piece of paper or in my Google Doc for when I don't have my journal at hand. I write it all out, all those to-dos that are slowing you down or lurking in the back of your mind. By the end of the week, your mind is likely boggling with thoughts and to-dos. You definitely don't want to go into the next week with an overwhelmed mind. Fresh and clean is what we're aiming for here. Don't put on a filter and let your thoughts run freely onto the page. Declutter your brain. Start the next week with a fresh and newly organized mind. Feels pretty good, doesn't it? Step 2, ask questions. Asking questions is a powerful way to get clarity on how the last week unfolded. Here are some of my favorite questions that I myself ask every Sunday evening. What requires my attention next week? What did I spend too much time on this week? Did I take action that aligned with my dreams? What needs to be scheduled? Any unresolved issues? What needs to be more clear next week? Any obstacles in sight for the coming week? What were my obstacles last week? What went well last week? Any weekly wins? What isn't working and needs fixing? What have I been procrastinating over? And how can I set up the next week for success? Take some time to go through these questions and really reflect on your answers. Your answers will act as a guide for when you plan out the next week. Step 3, do the 2 to 5 minute tasks. Are there any minor tasks that will literally take you less than 5 minutes to complete? Just do them now. Get them out of the way before the next week begins. Include this process in your weekly review and you're going to feel so much more productive. Because most of the time, we tend to make them up to take longer than they really will. As Nike would say, just do it. Step 4, review your calendar. Time to get that calendar out, girl. Take a good look at it and ask yourself, are there any appointments in the next week that need rescheduling? Check in with your social activities and confirm they're still on. Make sure you're spending your time effectively and exactly how you want and need to. Step 5, celebrate your wins. Time to pop the bubbly or grab your go-to beverage. Always pay attention to the progress you're making and never lose sight of what's going well, whether those wins are big or small. Never dismiss the little wins along the way. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by all the things we have going on, and especially as we're always so focused on the grand finale, the big picture, and end destination. This is why taking some time to reflect every Sunday is key and very important. So what went well this week, dreamer? Celebrate all your little wins on your dream chasing journey. Step 6, check in with your goals. Check in with your dreams and goals when you do your weekly review. Ask yourself the following questions. Have you been living a life in line with your dreams this week? Have your core values been represented in the past week? If so, how? How have you been chasing your dreams this week? The things you do daily should reflect your core values and your big picture. Chase a mini dream one day at a time. This is so important, and I cannot stress this enough. Be sure that you are always in forward motion and heading in the right direction. If not, change course and make adjustments. And step 7, prep and plan for the next week. When you do your weekly review, it's also a good time to prep for the coming week and scribble down what will be your main focus for the next week. Make a note of your top 3 most important tasks for the coming week. Bring awareness to where you want your attention and focus to be for the next 7 days. This is how you properly set the intention and prep your mind for what's ahead. Go into the next week with a dedicated purpose. This will make it so much easier to steer your mind in the direction of your goals. Before you go, implement a weekly review to inspire and motivate you to move forward with your goals and increase your awareness of how you're spending your time. This is what will keep you on track with your goals and dreams in life, and it'll help boost your productivity as a whole. Plus, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment when you start the new week fresh with a clear mind and excitement. You just listened to the post titled, How to Do a Weekly Review to Boost Productivity by Mia of SheDreamsAllDay.com, and I'll be right back with my commentary. Have you been waiting for the perfect time to upgrade your tech? Good news, the wait is over. Dell Tech Days annual sales event is here, and they're celebrating their best customers with fantastic deals on the latest PCs like the Dell 14 Plus with Intel Core Ultra processors. They've also got incredible perks like Dell Rewards, fast free shipping, premium support, price match guarantee, and more. And while you're upgrading your PC, you may as well go all out because they're also offering huge deals on their premium suite of monitors and accessories. You know what that means? That's right, you can get a whole new setup with amazing savings. Clearly, this is a sale you don't want to miss. Visit Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
This is Andrew Huberman, host of the Huberman Lab podcast. I'm excited to share that the performance eyewear company Roka and I have teamed up to create a pair of red lens glasses. These are meant to be worn in the evening after the sun goes down. They filter out short wavelength light that comes from screens and from LED lights, which are the two most common indoor lights nowadays. I want to emphasize that these are not traditional blue blockers. Yes, they filter out blue light, but they also filter out all the other wavelengths of light that can suppress your melatonin and other hormones, which can degrade your sleep. By wearing these glasses in the evening, I find it much easier to wind down at night, and it makes the transition into sleep greatly improved. If you would like to try these red lens wind down glasses, simply go to roka.com, that's ROKA.com, and enter the code Huberman to save 20% off your first order. Again, that's ROKA.com and enter the code Huberman at checkout.
Thank you to Mia. I like that perspective of having 52 opportunities to start fresh. We often look to the new year as the only time to do it, but that's just one kind of random specific day a year. We really do have many more opportunities to hit reset. This is especially good if you tend to fall into all or nothing habits like I sometimes do. This lets you start fresh sooner rather than later. And I've mentioned it before, but I'm definitely one of those schedule resistant people. I don't like having my entire day planned out, and I'm not the type to sit down every Sunday to review the week, but I have found journaling to be a huge help. So it's really about finding what works best for you. In either case, just asking yourself questions like, what did I spend too much time on? Or what have I been procrastinating over? Or what can I do right now that would take fewer than 5 minutes? Those are great places to start. So if you can't take that much time, you can always ask those questions and see what pops up. I'll leave it there for today. Ask those questions. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.